Hi, my name is Christelle, and welcome back to TCP. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about physical health and spiritual health, which are both like a very important. And these are both things that I've had such a um, I don't want to say struggle, but definitely I've learned a lot about it ever since I would say ever since I got baptized, so ever since 2019. But when it came to physical health, like I don't want to be the type of person that's gonna be like, yeah, the devil attacked me and all that. Like, nah, I'm not gonna give him that type of credit. I'm not discrediting the fact that he can do it, but I'm not gonna be like putting that fear onto people at all actually. But yeah, what God is definitely showing me and pointing out, or what he has shown me and pointed out, is that I tend to care more sometimes about my spiritual performance. Okay, right? My prayer life, this and that, um, and to the detriment of my physical health. And that's just not it. Like it's, I would dare to say like it's a shame. It is clearly a shame. Because you can tell when someone, you mostly can tell when someone is sick, when someone, let's say, when someone is tired, than when someone is spiritually tired. And um unless God tells you or have a strong discernment or you know the person, right? So you can see the habits. But when it came to me, something that he quickly pointed out that I didn't expect him to, right? And that others have then following up that reproach, pointed it out too, is that I'm living a very unhealthy life. And it's not because my body looks a certain way that um that I'm being a certain way, because what matters is really what you put inside your body, but like what do you do with your body? Like, do you move your body a lot? Do you drink enough water? And these are things that, yeah, so many people can say, but you have to know that it has an effect on how you, if your physical health can have an effect on how you work, how you study, on how you on how you do life, then it for sure has an effect on how you are spiritually, right? And when I say how you are spiritually, what I mean by that is how you will approach God, how you will, yeah, pray, the strength that you have. And yes, we can say that you can be empowered by the Holy Ghost and all those things. And I'm not saying it's not right. But I'm saying, like, what I'm pretty much saying is that you have to take care of your physical health because that's something that God has given you. If there's one thing that God has given you solely for you to take care of, right? For you to steward, it is your body first, right? After a certain age, you should be responsible into what you put into your body. And we often want to talk about the spiritual parts of what you see, what you watch, what you hear, what you listen to, right? Which is very, very crucial too. And I'm definitely going to speak out on it one day. But what I really want to put an emphasis on is that your physical body matters. What you eat matters. What you drink matters. How you move your body, it matters. And it doesn't matter just for one day, for 2 days, or 3 days. It matters every single day. That's why it's really important to have good habits, right? We want to talk about the good habit of prayer and the good habit of fasting and the good habit of studying. But some people run themselves sick just to be able to say that they've gotten something. But one thing I don't remember who exactly I told this to, but I said that my health will never be second place, right, when it comes to my studies. But I didn't really apply it when it comes to my life in general. And I never thought about how God would care until He told me. And then I was like, oh, okay. And usually, you think that you're not able, that you can, get to eat well, or that you're too tempted and you have all these bad habits, bring it to God. There's actually no remedy. Um, I mean, into like unhealthy, sometimes the reason why you're eating unhealthy is probably also because your thinking is unhealthy. And I'm not talking about um, like extremely bad thoughts. I'm talking about what do you feed your mind and how is that reflecting onto your body? So we love to talk about the mindset, we love to talk about our thoughts. But do you bring your thoughts into the captivity, right? To the obedience of Christ? Like, do you ask God to help you when it comes to you recognize that He cares? Let's start there. Because honestly, I didn't really think much of that until He told me. And it was like, oh, well, God doesn't want you to, well, let me not say God. It is unhealthy. Let me just state a fact. It's very unhealthy to work yourself so hard that you forget. I'm not saying that because some people do it intentionally, but that you clearly like completely forget and don't compromise or find a way to stay a minimum healthy. Like I'm talking a minimum. I'm talking about do you drink water? Like do you wake up and take some air if you can? Do you wake up and move your body before doing other tasks? What do you what's the first thing you take in? What's the last thing you take in? Do you eat unhealthy foods like candy and all that? Like, and I'm not saying you shouldn't eat. I'm saying, of course, I mean, of course, you shouldn't eat it, but there should be a balance in what you eat. Where is the balance? If you easily can take time to work, to study, to pray, to make time for your friends and family, right? To make time for all the other activities, make sure that you're doing it with a healthy body. And it comes back to one of the 20, comes back to my previous video when I said about the 23 things that I've learned in 2023. I told y'all, like, go to the doctor because go to the doctor and go to the specialist because you might think that everything's okay, but maybe you're low on iron, right? Maybe you're low on vitamin C, vitamin D. Maybe you need, some type of medication that will help you continue to function well and properly. And so that you don't have any hindrances when it comes hindrances you when it comes to that, and so you can function properly because God is a God, of course, of miracle, and we love to talk about it. But He's also a God that that cares about your health, and not only when you're sick. He actually cares on a daily basis. So if this is something you struggle with, like what I would definitely advise you is to pray, ask God, like tell Him like I can't seem to be eating healthier, or help me um, create good habits that I will maintain. If you struggle with discipline, struggle with consistency, like surround yourself with those things that, surround yourself with water wherever you are. Always have a bottle of water, or, whatever you do, just make sure that you always have, a healthy snack on you. I'm not stating that you should go on on a diet. But fasting is for God. I don't know if He wants to, needs to hear that because, um, yeah, fasting is for God. I mean, if you're talking spiritually, of course, fasting is for God. And but if you wanna go on a diet, that is that doesn't include fasting and prayer, then make it be known. But don't use a fast as a means or a way to tell yourself, oh, I'm gonna benefit off of this because I'm gonna lose weight. And I'm not saying it to judge and condemn. I'm saying this because this is how I used to think to myself. And so it was just an easy way because I'm like, well, I'm gonna be fasting anyway, so I'm gonna lose this and lose that. As if that's a reset button, but it's not. It's really not. It's not because what happens when it becomes harder to fast, because I've had seasons where it was so easy to fast, and then I have seasons where it's a bit harder, a little bit more challenging. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Um, if you struggle with it, go to God about it, ask Him, and let Him help you. Because the way that He's gonna help you is not necessarily the way that you wanted, or the way that you have in mind, right? He might bring people to you to come and tell you the harsh truth, or He might put you into places and show you certain things, right? And so allow yourself, and obviously ask for wisdom and discernment, because you need it. But yeah, this is my well, quick. This is just a message that I wanted to bring out, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to support this the right way by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing it with some loved ones. Thank you. Bye.